Welcome back now. The JKA Second Africa Cup Junior and Senior Karate Championships tournament was held in Johannesburg the past weekend. During the two-day event, a technical seminar, a judge seminar, Dan exam and qualification exam was also held. Joining me in studio tonight, Sensei Mark Wainman. I think I got that right, Mark?
That's correct.
Mark Wainman, who's a JKA 6th Dan, and Bongani Nwenya, who is a 4th Dan Karateka. Gentlemen, welcome to the program. How are you?
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Where do I start? You know, I've always wanted my kid to do karate, but I was always scared.
Scared?
it comes with the territory, isn't it? But before we get to those fears, which I'll ask Bongani, because he started off, interesting story, but started off at nursery. Yes. Let's start about this weekend with you, Sensei. It was the championships held in Johannesburg. How big, the magnitude of I mean, you speak of championships, one thinks, when you World Cups, etc., the conventional sports. How big are the championships that were held in South Africa recently?
Well, it starts off at provincial level. So we have our provincial championships in about March, which is a fair size, especially in Gauteng. You're talking about 2,000 to 3,000 competitors. And then it will move to national championships in May. And from there, they'll select the team, the South African team, to come to the Africa Cup, which was held now. Mm-hmm. And it's a proper international event. And it's difficult for me to give you the exact figures as to how many people were competing, but it was held over a full day, over 5 different areas. And probably, it's only brown and black belts as well, so probably close to about 1,000 competitors over the day.
Yes, Bonkosi, we come to you. I mean, I mentioned the fact that karate is a lot of people. I mean, we think of karate, I mean, I've always said, maybe my kid should do it, and my kid should join it. You started at a young age. Tell us about your story. Why did you start karate? Where did it begin for you? Because, I mean, conventionally, when you think of kids growing up, I'll do rugby, I'll do cricket, karate. Yes. Why karate in particular?
So, the reason I started karate, that I actually experienced a little bit of bullying when I was younger, and I lacked a lot of self-confidence. So karate is something that's been in my family, and my mother, she did it on her side of the family when she was younger. So they introduced me to the sport, and since then I've never gone back. I mean, I was able to eradicate the effects of bullying, again, lots of self-confidence, and the lessons I learned from karate I've applied out to all aspects of my life. And it's been one of the best decisions that they've made for me, and sticking with it has been phenomenal, and it's a big part of my life now.
And I think that's probably where the question was leading to. I mean, a lot of people, when you think of karate, they think, like you're saying, it's about, one wants to be a bully, wants to be able to walk around and clapping kids in the back of their heads and be able to hit them if they try and defend themselves. But it's not that. There's a purity about the sport, and that's why you guys are here.
Yes, 100%. I think that the teaching, the learning you get from karate, I mean, it's to be humble, and you have the self-defense aspects of it, and the sporting aspect behind it. But never is the idea to go and to use that in a negative manner. I mean, the idea of karate, the meaning of karate, is to fight empty-handed as well. And the idea behind it is, of course, just to, I can say again, to be humble and everything, but you'll never ever go as causing fights. That's not the idea of the sports. I mean, martial arts in general.
The chicks dig it as well. You say I'm a karateka.
I would have to ask them. I don't know. I would think so.
Let's come to you, Sensei. We speak about karate again. I mean, you said the magnitude of it, you can't really simplify it unless you go to the nuts and bolts of it. How big is it in South Africa? And I asked that because I know a couple of, recently we did, one of my colleagues, I think we had a team South Africa that was out in Canada, some kids, some younger than 10, I think it was a couple of years back, if not last year. They came back, they did well, medaled in a lot of the age groups. How big is the sport in South Africa as compared to the continent, and then probably even take it globally to the world?
I can really only speak for JKA Karate, which is our organization. There are a lot of other different karate associations, different martial arts, but JKA Karate is huge, and we by far worldwide the biggest karate organization. It starts in Japan, and they run it, and South Africa at the moment, as far as I know, has the most highly graded karateka outside of Japan. So we're quite a well-known country now when it comes to tournaments, when it comes to training seminars, when it comes to coaching. Outside Japan, we're quite highly respected now. And in terms of the magnitude, you're talking probably, again, I can't give you exact figures, but we're talking a good 10,000 probably members right now in our organization. So we're pretty strong at the moment.
But then I want to ask the question then we have gentlemen, youngsters such as these, and you go to the Olympic Games, and I know it's got to do with boredom politics sometimes, but we should be doing well at an Olympics or at the Commonwealth Games who do have karate. Particularly now, looking at 2020 in Japan, I'm sure that they'll have karate there.
They will. Again, so we do JKA
Yeah.
karate, which is a little bit different
Yeah.
to
Conventional,
all styles
yeah.
karate, which is more of a sport type karate, which
Yeah.
would be used in the Olympic Games. So just to clarify on that, so JKA karate, we don't do karate so much for the sport purposes. We do karate more as a way of life, and I teach my students, and JKA karate teaches their students to learn karate as a culture and as a way of life. And the
Yeah.
sport side of karate is a separate thing altogether.
Yeah.
So Olympics definitely is a goal going forward. It's all a new thing now that's happening.
Yeah, yeah.
And guys that are affiliated to that type of karate, definitely, I think it could be huge.
I mean, obviously for you, that would be a plus. I mean, every athlete, especially wearing the colours of your country, you'd like to see yourself even taking JK in this aspect to the biggest stage and represent your country at an event such as the Olympics.
Oh, definitely. But I think even previously what we do have is a shorter cup.
Yeah.
So that's our tournament, a world tournament that we have, which is very prestigious. It's been going for many, many, many years. And it's a very difficult tournament. There's fantastic karateka from all around the world.
Yeah.
And that's a pinnacle for our karate journey.
I'm sitting at home again, and I'd say, I mean, both of you mentioned, Professor, the fact that it is like a lifestyle. I mean, you look at the katas that to do it. Everything about it there is a certain purity about karate. There's no two ways about it. Whether you look at your MMAs of this world and taking nothing away from mixed martial arts, but karate in itself has got a, softer part to the heart, and that's why, socially and as a way of life, you probably enjoy it more than anything.
Yes, definitely, 100%. Very correct.
Speak to us now. There's World Champs coming up. I think, is there World Champs coming up soon?
There'll be one in 2 years' time.
2 years' time?
Yes.
And
It'll be in Japan,
Yeah.
in Tokyo. It's called the Gichin Funakoshi Cup. It's held every 3 years. Generally how it works is they'll have it 1 year in Japan, and the alternate year will be in a different country, and then back to Japan.
In fact, it'll be around the same time as the Olympics then.
Correct.
In fact, the same day. So
correct.
hopefully you guys will be there.
Maybe we can, yes.
So if I'm sitting at home as a parent, I know like me, I've got a 6-year-old, and I want my kid to do some sort of karate, because it's self-defense and it's a way of life to say, what does one do? I mean, because I know there's parents sitting there and saying, I really don't want my kid coming home with a tooth missing.
Absolutely. So I can speak for myself as I'm a karate instructor. For me, I won't teach a little kid how to hit another kid and make sure break his nose or lose his teeth. I'm going to teach a kid to feel good about himself and to learn to use control in karate, but to also adapt that to his life and to give him the confidence and the ability to feel that if something happened, he would be able to defend himself, but never to strike the first blow. And that's pretty much our way of thinking in karate. We'll focus a lot, especially on little children, with their physical exercise, getting them strong, getting them better at concentrating, and just trying to help them with their all-round lifestyle. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there. Speaking about the second Africa Junior and Senior Karate JKA Karate Championships tournament that took place in Johannesburg over the weekend, Sensei Mark Wainman JKA 6th Dan, as well as Bongani Nwenya. Welcome, 4th Dan Karateka. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks very much.
I think I'll look for a school summer. Maybe for me, not my kid. Take a quick break. When you come back, in fact, no, my director tells me you have to say goodbye. Jeez. Unfortunately, that's the end of the show. Stay with us right here on SABC News Channel. At the top of the hour, there's more news for you. And as you've seen throughout the evening, we catch up on the fire out in Johannesburg and get more news throughout the evening. Stay with us.